Hello, good morning, salutations, well met, all of that stuff. I decided I want to take a little bit of a break from Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, mostly because over holidays some stuff happened and I lost a bunch of footage and I'm going to have to go back and re-record videos. In the meantime, I wanted to do this game because I installed the turn-based mod, and in my opinion, that turns this from an okay game into a really good game. Also, Owlcats announced that they're working on a new Pathfinder Adventure Path adaptation, Wrath of the Righteous. So with that in mind, I wanted to do a Let's Play of Kingmaker. And we're going to be doing Kingmaker the main story. If people like, I can also do later on Vornhold's Lot and Beneath the Stolen Lands. But for right now, just the main story. Normal difficulty for right now because I think playing turn-based might change the way the game is played. If I feel like it's too easy, I'll change it. If I feel it's too hard and I'm not making enough progress, I'll also change it. I'm not the best at these types of games. I could select any of these boring pre-mades, or I could create my own character. Now, for the purpose, I'm not going to be importing someone else's artwork to use as a portrait like I would do on a normal session, so instead, I'm going to be using one of the portraits that came with the game. I have a lot of portraits that I can't even show you because I don't want to get into any copyright problems, but yeah, a lot of them are loading right now. Now, I'm one of those people where I have that weird brain disorder where the portrait has to match the character. I know some people for that doesn't matter, like this tiefling guy, he can be whatever, but no, for me, I have to be this guy, and while I like tieflings, I don't exactly like this guy. But I do like this guy. Although he's clearly a mage, or a druid, or a ranger, or an... There's actually a lot you can do with this guy. Yeah, that's all you can do with this guy. I'll be him. Like I said, I have that brain disorder where this has to match that. So... hair... it's kind of like that, although his is shorter, but it's fine. Got something of a beard. Yeah, and then he's got that kind of complexion. Alright, so that's our dude. Now, class. A lot of classes. They originally were just going to add all of the classes plus Alchemist, and then they were like, actually, we're going to add a bunch of classes. So classes are Alchemist, Barbarian, Bard, Cleric, Druid, Foyer, Inquisitor, Kineticist, Magus, Monk, Paladin, Ragnar, Rouge, Assassin, Sorcerer, and Wizrobe. And there's also some prestige classes. Arcane Trickster, Stalwart Defender, Eldritch Knight, Dragon Disciple, Mystic Cleric, Duelist, and Aldori Sword Lord, which was patched into this game because it fits the setting. And it's a bit interesting that they added Eldritch Knight, because that is a class that is rendered completely pointless by the Magus. And another thing I don't like with these games is playing a class of which there are duplicates in the party. Like, there's going to be no point to playing a cleric because this game is actually going to give you two very different clerics. But I like the idea of being an Aldori Sword Lord. Maybe it's not the most powerful class. I mean, it's a martial class that requires you to be a fighter. And there is another fighter in this game, but she's a really weird fighter that's not actually built for dealing damage. She's a tanking fighter. So I think I can get away with being a fighting fighter who trained in the Aldori School of Dueling. So this is an archetype. Archetypes are things in Pathfinder that change the way the base class plays. So an Aldori Sword Lord gets weapon proficiency, dueling sword, and also a bunch of stuff that makes them better at fighting with the dueling sword. Like here, defensive parry. And it is a class that is meant to allow you to go into the Aldori Sword Lord. See, I've already got one of the proficiencies. So for Aldori Sword Lord, I also need mobility, persuasion, knowledge world, perception, dazzling display, weapon finesse, and weapon focused dueling sword. I can pick up almost all those feats at first level with a fighter, so let's do it. We're going to be an Aldori Sword Lord. You want Dex, Sub-Strength, I need Con, I need Intelligence, I need Wisdom, I need more Con. I need more Dex. And there. Okay, and what did I need? Oh, what were those skills again? Mobility, persuasion, knowledge world, and perception. Persuasion, mobility, world, perception. Is that right? I needed perception for some reason. Yep, need 3 ranks in perception. Alright. My best skill is mobility, but it's not a class skill, so whatever. Alright. Weapon focus. Dueling sword. And I need weapon finesse. Aldori dueling mastery. Yes, but slashing grace. Yes, slashing grace. Choose one kind of light or one-handed slashing weapon, such as the longsword or the dueling sword. When wielding your chosen weapon one-handed, you treat it as a one-handed piercing weapon for all feats and class abilities. Blah blah blah, like duelist. Basically, you can do a duelist with a longsword. And you can add your dexterity modifier instead of your strength modifier to weapon damage. Yes. Yes. Okay, that's it. At first level, I can hit with dexterity with a dueling sword, which I'm also proficient in. This is not a bad class. Alright, alignment. I know what I'm doing.
Time's not waiting.
I am superior!
Definitely not.
A solid plan.
I won't give up.
Definitely not.
Together we stand.
All I see is blackness. We do it my way.
Someone else
pragmatic.
would make better use of this.
Need to set a birthday. This doesn't super matter. Now I need a name. I need to come up with a name for the hero who will become king. The man who will become king. No, not Arthur. What the fuck is wrong with you? Jeez, I'm super bad at coming up with names. You know what? I will be Cedric. Just simple, plain Cedric.
We will be victorious.
Alright, we have our hero set. We are ready to venture forth into the world of Pathfinder.
Our story started at the mansion of an Aldori Sword Lord. Drawn by the promise of a most dangerous task and a commensurately huge reward, heroes of all stripes gathered here.
This is something that they added to the adventure path. The adventure path proper, it starts off with you already arriving in the Stolen Lands. So this is something that they just made up entirely. Mostly because, unlike in the tabletop game, you can just, through the process of everyone making their characters, agree how they all met each other and know up. But this time around, it's a single-player RPG with a cast of NPC companions, although you can make your own. I'm not going to be making my own companions because they have no personality or flavor. So anyway, let's meet our hero, and then all of the other guys are going to be helping our hero become a hero.
Where are they? This is taking forever. They didn't even say what this was for, just that the Aldori were looking for heroes. Who are the Aldori anyway? Rich folk?
This is Amiri. She's a barbarian. She's also the iconic barbarian, which means that she's actually a canon character.
If you can't be patient, no
This
one's
guy
keeping you
isn't.
here.
Wait.
Just go back to your mountains or whatever
He's
hole
a
you
well.
crawled out of.
He's not an iconic character.
Run the premier
They only,
school for
I guess,
healing arts. They're also the richest and most
I think they can
influential
only
people
put
in the
one
world.
iconic
Take
character
that
in
tall
each
deck,
game,
and they'll teach you some
because
magic.
otherwise then it would just be like, oh, the whole gang's here again. So, Amiri will be the only character from the books showing up in this game. All of the other characters will be original, except for the characters who are important to the plot of the adventure path. This is I'm just gonna keep going.
All right, you purple toad, just shut your trap. And if you can't, I'll help you.
Hush! Quiet! They're coming.
Like, here's Jamandi Eldori. I don't know if Jamandi Eldori is in the adventure path. It's been 7 years since I read it.
Greetings, everyone. I am Sword Lord Jamandi Eldori, and this is Lord Mayor Yosef Salimius of Restov. Welcome to my mansion.
Salamius is definitely a character they made up.
We thank you from the bottom of our hearts for responding to our call. You may be few, but that's unavoidable. We need only the best of the best for this task. And I see true heroes before me, strong and fearless, exactly what Restov needs.
Thank you, Lord Mayor. Now, to the point. South of here, just beyond Brevoy's border, lies a region known as the Stolen Lands. This is disputed territory, and while it's long been claimed by nearby states, it's never been truly taken. I won't bore you with the legal technicalities. Suffice to say that anyone with enough courage and power to seize the stolen lands and name themselves Baron or Baroness, claiming dominion, well, none of the neighboring states would be able to challenge it. Of course, Restov would be first to recognize the legitimacy of this new state, as well as the noble title of its founder. Unfortunately, one serious obstacle stands between you and this title. A gang of bandits holds sway in the Stolen Lands. Their chief, who they call the Stag Lord, considers himself the rightful owner of these lands, and no one has yet been able to challenge his power. Bring me his head, and you'll be able to return to the Stolen Lands as their legal ruler. Any questions?
I got a bunch of questions. First of all, there's a whole team of us. Who exactly will receive the Baron's title?
I will, of course. I'm the leader of this team, after all. Don't worry, though. I'll make it worth your while to help me.
We haven't yet begun, and you already speak of divvying rewards. What makes you think we'll even succeed? There's little point arguing over who gains the title when we'll most likely lose our lives there.
If I may please answer the question.
She takes a long pause, waiting for the voices to die down as everyone directs their attention towards her.
We believe you're all equally deserving of a noble title. Over the course of your expedition, it will be up to you as a team to decide which of you is best suited to rule.
There is just going to be a mountain of player character bodies, isn't there? Why not just recognize the Stag Lord as Baron?
That's a good point. As I see it, this Stag Lord already holds power over the region with confidence. Many noble bloodlines were started by bandits who just got lucky, weren't they?
Perhaps because we do have standards to maintain. This room has seen many celebrations of adventurers, and even those who just got lucky. But giving a noble title to a bandit lord? That's one thing that's never happened here, and it won't while I still breathe.
At the risk of getting political, there is very little difference between a legitimate warlord and a bandit king. You're helping us found a barony. What would you gain from such generosity?
Don't ask stupid questions. Why should you even care? What they have to gain and why, that's for Lady Aldori and I to discuss. It's none of your concern. Your only concern is to swing your sword around, or whatever.
I think it's a really good question.
Of course, we stand to benefit from this enterprise. But if you're concerned that we intend to rule your country from afar, using you as a front, Well, please know that these concerns are unfounded.
On TV
Let's
tropes,
just
we
say
call
that
that
we have
a
strong interest
suspiciously
in the region's stability.
suspiciously
We have
specific
need of a
denial.
ruling power we can negotiate with, not bandit gangs and monster hordes.
What is that smell in the air? Is it the smell of unspoken words and political intrigue?
Noticing you've heard her comment, she winks at you coyly. Nice. What rewards can we expect exactly? You know, besides being a baron.
And what reward would you seek beyond a noble title and your own lands?
We'll absorb the costs of preparing and equipping your expedition. Once you
Ooh,
return victorious,
okay, they are.
we'll also
Yeah, they've got an
allocate you
angle.
a significant sum to provide financial support for you to establish your country. Essentially, we'll help you build your capital. I hope such a reward is satisfactory.
More like suspicious as fuck.
Words, words, words. Significant, financial. I can't fill my belly with pretty words.
Try eating a book, then you could do it.
Of course. There will also be an official banquet held in your honor. All of Rostov's high society will gather to celebrate your feat.
Now you're talking.
Okay, then it is as clear as day.
Excellent. You venture forth tomorrow. For now, you can take some time to get to know one another better. Or you can head straight to your guest rooms to get some rest. You'll find we've already prepared supplies for you there. And thank you again for agreeing to take part in this expedition. I wish you luck.
Thank you again, with all my heart, for replying to this call. The flare in your eyes reveals your courage, the unshakable will that distinguishes true heroes. I look at you, O champions of Rostov, and doubt not for a second that you'll be victorious. So venture forth toward your feet. Go, and return in triumph.
I already got 3 feats. I'm a first level fighter.
Hi, my name's Lindsay. I'm a bard, though this is my first real adventure. So, shall we go teach this stag lord a lesson?
Yes, I'm Cedric. Pleased to meet you.
Likewise. Actually, I also wanted to ask you something. How do you feel about this Tartuccio fellow?
He sucks.
I think he's pretty obnoxious personally. He appointed himself head of the team, and he's just after the Baron's crown, or whatever it is barons wear.
A lame little tiara.
I don't like him. I think you should be team leader. When I first saw you, I couldn't help but think, now here's a real hero. Someone who'll be praised in poems and songs. This is the person I'll write my book about.
Wait, a book?
Damn, I should have led with that. Please, just let me explain. You know what the trouble with most heroes' biographies is? They're always written years later, based on the tales of, best case, people who saw things from the outside. Worst case, someone heard about it from their brother, who heard it from their friend, who heard it from their cousin, and so on, adding a new batch of lies each time. Every time I read about a heroic journey, I think to myself, why didn't they just bring a bard with them to write it all down properly?
The problem with the Pathfinder world is that it's so ridiculous that it would be hard to know the truth from outlandish embellishments.
And then I thought, I could be that bard. I just needed to find a suitable hero and volunteer to follow along on their glorious adventure. A great plan, huh? And here we are, with a heroic journey lying before us. Who's going to be the hero? Some dwarf who keeps muttering about how we'll all die? Or maybe that horrific scythe lady?
Careful,
Oh, God,
she's
forbid,
right
Tartuccio.
there.
No way.
Alright, what about that barbarian? She seems pretty heroic. I think her name's Amiri.
Oh yeah, she's fantastic.
She's the
You can
best.
tell she could tear a bear's head off with her bare hands, but she kind of scares me just a little. But, I mean, her sword's twice as big as I am. She could cut me down without even noticing. Just think on it a bit, alright? I'm sure you'll agree.
I think the prose here is a little awkward. She could tear a bear's head off with her bare hands. Maybe if you replace a different animal, then this would have flowed better, like a boar's head. Or maybe she's trying to go for a pun. I don't know.
Alright, I'm going to my room to write about tonight. See you in the morning.
I can click on the other named characters, but I can't actually start a conversation with them. Jathal just says, "What game is Javanti playing?" I'm not used to feeling like a pawn. No, she's playing a game, definitely. I think it's called 5D6... 5-dimensional underwater chess. which you play with 5d6s. Northern architecture is beautiful but very heavy. In my native lands of Kadira, palaces are furnished quite differently.
All according to plan.
Neat!
Help! Help!
Lindsay bursts into your room. She looks scared. Her face is smeared with soot, and she holds a weapon in her hands. What's going on?
The mansion's under attack. We need to help. Some villains broke in and started killing everyone. I barely made it. Hurry, we have to help the guards fight off the attackers, or we'll all be cut down one by one.
As if to lend credence to Lindsay's words, a scream echoes from the hallway. Lindsay runs out, and for some reason, this guy doesn't bother her. You're not going anywhere.
Enemy approaching.
And now we have turn-based mode on. Alright, let's get this started. I'm a first level fighter with no flashy gimmicks. I'm just gonna run up and hit that guy. And I did 10 hit points. I did 10 points of damage. Yeah, I could do anywhere from 5 to 12 points of damage, so that was almost max. Let's equip one of these ever-burning torches. And then loot that body. He's got a chain shirt and a dagger. I am wearing leather armor, so let's put on this chain shirt. My armor class is now 18. Yeah, 4 from dexterity, 4 from the chain shirt, which is pretty good for a character not wearing a shield. Okay. The assassin's already here. Follow me, quickly. Nope. Got more rooms to loot. I could definitely use a bow for long-range encounters. And I got a bloodstone. It's worth 15 gold. And there's a body over there. The assassins... Oh wait, I already said that. Yeah, so again, this is a whole part of the game that's been added onto the adventure path by Owlcat. Although I suppose if you wanted to run Pathfinder Kingmaker, you could start the game off with this. The Curse of Ancient Iobaria by Hastuf Umi. 14 gold, and a map of Avestan. Avestan is the name of the continent that we are living on. It is roughly equivalent to Europe. I don't know what time setting, though. Pathfinder is intentionally weird and is designed mostly to facilitate adventures. Some parts of the world are like in the Renaissance. Some parts of the world are in the Middle Ages. Some parts of the continents are in the Stone Age. I'm gonna charge that guy.
Let yourself open.
Jesus, that was a critical hit! Awesome! You miss. Lindsay's gonna... And then she gets a crit too!
I don't even want to think about it.
Somehow his body explodes into a pile of gore from a single crossbow bolt.
But it's all right now. I'm safe, sound,
Oh yeah, I have gore on, that's why.
to victory. Lady Jamandi's holding the line in the banquet hall. You know, the one where she had us gathered before. We need to make our way to her. And along the way, we'll try to save some of these dummies who are supposed to accompany us to the stolen lands. Speaking of dummies, take this ring. Quiet now, so that little fool doesn't hear us. She might try to steal it herself. It's magical. It'll protect you. You'll need it while you work to defend me.
So, Tartuccio gave us a special +1 ring of protection. But I don't super trust this guy, so I'm not gonna wear it. I will, however, take some more daggers. Okay, so now I have a party consisting of a halfling bard and a gnome sorcerer. I really am gonna need to be protecting these two. Okay.
They dare to attack me?
You probably... And in Pathfinder, there is a difference between bard... Yeah, I missed. Sorry, there is a difference between halflings and gnomes. It is kind of weird that they have two happy-go-lucky small people, but it's a problem they inherited from Dungeons and Dragons. I'm not close enough. I don't have the movement to do a burning hands on them, even though they're in good formation. I will instead move up as quickly as close as possible and just crossbow that guy. Oh, good job, Tartuccio. Move there. That guy. Miss. Why am I missing? I have a +6 to attack. Why am I missing? Haha, he tried to attack me.
You deserved it.
But he's a bowman being threatened by a sword. So I get to provoke. That provokes attacks of opportunity. Okay, light him up, Tark. And then finish him off.
This way.
Or, you know, roll minimum damage.
Any last wishes?
Fuck's sake, come on, hit him! There we go. Provoked attack of opportunity. Oh goody! Lots of healing, lots of potions, lots of weapons, padded armor. I will not loot that because I don't... Yeah, that stuff's heavy. I will instead, however, equip all of these potions. You can only drink items that are equipped to your belt. So I have a potion of Feather Step, and then moderate wounds, and then light wounds. Tartuccio doesn't really need these. He'll be on the back line. She can heal herself with spells and scrolls, so I will just hold on to those potions. I mean, obviously Tartuccio, I'm going to need them being the frontline fighter and all that. Anyway, let's look at more dead things and then steal from them. Because we're adventurers! We're heroes! I don't want that hide armor. It's medium, that will reduce my character's speed. In fact, based on my dexterity, it might make my AC lower, because I won't get to apply my full dex to AC. Okay, let's see. We got the Cooking Almanac of the Inner Sea by Jubilos Narthropple, and then a bunch of stuff that we're going to need for our adventure anyway, because we're going to need supplies. Take that. If anyone asks, the bandits took them and we had no idea where they went. Okay, so Amiri is kind of a gimmicky build, and I'm not going to be too hard on this game because they are working off a gimmicky build that Paizo created, not them. Basically, Amiri wields a bastard sword size for giants, so a large size bastard sword, which means she takes a -4 penalty on attack rolls with it. But when she does hit, she hits hard.
Just die already.
Attack him.
To get my hands dirty
Oh,
again.
I did a double move with Tartuccio. That's why.
Serves you right.
I could be using Lindsay's bardic performances, but these are first level assassins. They're not even assassins, they're just rogues. Move to flank with Amiri. Tartuccio does 4 damage. Assassin misses, and Amiri does 16 damage, which is not a lot for Amiri.
Oh, it's you. Stay up from under my feet or I'll strike you down.
The barbarian's face is distorted with rage. She grinds her teeth, and sweat drips from her forehead. Noticing Tartuccio, she swings her sword but stops just in time. Nah, you could have kept going.
Blood for Gorum!
Swinging her bloody sword, she runs towards the sound of battle.
Barbarians.
I think that's exactly how heroes should be.
What? Stupid, sweaty, and always looking for something to gobble up or lop the head off of? Calistria, save me from such heroes.
So those are both different gods. Gorum is the god of war, and Calistria is the goddess of vengeance, lust, and prostitution. Yes, elven goddess of vengeance, lust, and prostitution. This is kind of a weird setting. This is your last chance. Drop your weapons and we'll spare your lives. So generous. I'm afraid I can't offer you the same courtesy. Hey, you ugly mug, get him. What in hell's name is that? It's a frost giant, bro. You can cast Cone of Cold. Oh. Yeah, not fighting that. Not fighting that. We are first level adventurers. I have 13 hit dice. And Cone of Cold is a 4th level spells will be doing a minimum of usually like 8d6 cold damage, so I could survive on a minimum roll, but not an average. Okay, so this is the game saying that skill checks will be used in navigating the environment. And I have very good initiative. I mean, dexterity. Okay, Lindsay shoots a guy. Bowman misses. Tartuccio will shoot guy. He does not have precise strike, so maybe I shouldn't have aimed at him. Oh well. Move up to that guy. How much damage did I do? 11. Almost max. Good job, me. Okay, I gotta position Lindsay so that she doesn't...
Last wishes?
Poof. These attacks of opportunity means that these guys are basically just killing themselves. Alright, loot their bodies. We're gonna need as many healing potions as possible. Leave the other stuff, it's not worth carrying. An armory. I'm sure Jamandi wouldn't mind if we borrowed some weapons. No, she probably would mind. Okay, door is locked. And this is one of those plot doors that you cannot open no matter how good your thieves' tools are. Well, you know, since we're here, these are all very tempting. I can't wear that. I can't wear that. Wait, I can't wear a breastplate?
Time's not waiting.
Yeah, I can wear a breastplate. It's just not really worth it for my character. There's the key. Maybe there's a dueling sword in here. Okay, I don't really need a tower shield. Masterwork light mace, composite longbow. Oh, that is good. Because I can add my strength to damage. Masterwork light mace. It's masterwork. It's a +1 to hit. Oof, these are good. These are good, but they're not ours. And we are good persons, so we do not steal from our hosts.
Follow my lead.
Oh, familiar faces. I hope you're not so frightened as to swing at every shadow. It's me, Jaethal. I don't recommend advancing down the hallway, assuming you value your life, of course. There were a few people with me, and you can see what happened to them.
And just how did they all end up dead while you don't seem to have a scratch?
I'll answer but briefly and just once. Further scares and explanations will wait until we aren't being hunted by a group of assassins. Deal? All right. I'm undead. These traps are deadly to the living, but they're harmless to me.
What do you mean, undead? Really? Like zombies or skeletons or...
As I said, further explanations will wait until later. All you need to know right now is that we're on the same side, and we have to fight off a small army of hired assassins. Let's get to it.
Okay, another frontline combatant. Jaethal is correct. She is undead. And fun fact for Pathfinder rules, undead are destroyed when their hit points are reduced to 0 rather than going into the dying state, which means that Jaethal is actually significantly weaker. Now, these are all negative energy traps, so I can just literally have Jaethal walk over them and she'd be fine. But Pathfinder Kingmaker gives you experience for disarming traps.
Applause, please.
I mean, it was only 9 experience, but experience is experience. Okay. Prayer beads and 4 gold. Every little bit helps. Lindsay, do your thing again.
Applause, please.
Yay.
Would you look at that?
Okay, more traps.
I wrote it like I saw it.
Meanwhile, I'll check out that room. Aha.
Anything else?
A chainmail and a... I don't know what that is. Jaethal, what are you wearing? Chainmail. Okay, cool. I'm not gonna bother looting that stuff. It is too heavy. Some scrolls. Jathal can use scrolls, but
As it should be.
best save them for later, because anyway, these guys are trying to break into a room. A cache. How
You cannot
intriguifying.
stand against me.
You fool.
Unworthy.
Like I said, Jathal can be a little bit fragile, but a scythe is not a bad weapon. Which is weird because it's a farming implement.
This will hurt.
A secret room, yes. So, this is a puzzle room.
I am prepared.
Get ready for fun. Unless you're me, and you already know how to do this. And by already knowing how to do this, I mean you know how to read a walkthrough. Okay, so what we need to do to open the first door is to get it so that all of the sword dudes here are holding their swords up. To do that,
No
we
mistakes.
first go to that guy.
Just letting the ink dry.
That guy. That guy. That guy.
And let's see what's called for.
There we go. Treasure.
We will be victorious.
That's new. That's new, and
Let's
ooze.
try this way.
Okay, we're in trouble. They must have patched that in, because I don't remember there being an ooze in that room.
This should do it.
Okay. Oh, that was a lot of damage. That was a lot of damage. Okay, Jathal. Move up. Lindsay, please hurry. Oh, but you are a halfling. Your legs are so short.
A calculated risk.
6 damage. Okay. Maybe it'll miss. It missed! Tartuccio is just close enough to see it, but not actually attack. Okay, cool. Well, this is going great. Okay, Jathal's next. Jathal moves to assist, and nothing else. Lindsay coming around the bend, double moving into the room so that next turn she can provide healing magic. Cedric finishes it off. Cedric does finish it off.
Anything is possible.
Yes.
Ready for anything.
Okay. And then it's going to drink a potion. Alright, now I can loot the room. Bunch of treasure. More treasure. More treasure. And a potion of remove blindness, which we are going to need. Okay. So, that's the first room. There is another room, which you can solve
I know what to do.
by making so that all the swords now aim down. And this time we're going to have the rest of the party helping us out. Okay, let's lower these
Focus on the
swords. This one's significantly
All
easy.
according
No,
to plan.
no. Lindsay's going to lower it. A lot easier to get them both down. Oh, hey, we can also loot these treasures chests. Neat. Okay, so that's the solution. If you're playing it on the most recent build, just watch out that there's an ooze in the first room. A wand of magic missiles! Hey, Lindsay,
Adventures call to
you
that.
got use magic device, so you can use that. No one can use Masterwork Nunchaku, but they are Masterwork, so we can sell them. Fun fact, nunchucks aren't actually supposed to be weapons, they are farming tools, and they didn't become seen as martial arts weapons until Bruce Lee popularized them in his movies. Okay. Oh, frick, I took damage. So I can't charge. I'm just gonna drink a potion and move up. Good, these guys can't hit for shit. Jathal's also going to move up. She doesn't have a direct line for a charge, so just move up and engage with your big scary scythe. Lindsay, how about you use that new wand you got? Oh, okay, cool. So it's just one magic missile. I'd say Tartuccio, show her how it's done, but your magic missiles aren't really all that better, so just shoot them.
Just die already.
Or, you know, you can just miss. Ah, it's that tiefling, Kaisi. Okay, cool. Cool.
Let's try this way.
He's dead.
This should do it.
I'm just gonna move there, so that Jathal can get the flank. I'm gonna get hit. Jathal has the flank for +2 damage, so kill! Yes! Alright, now whenever this guy fires, he will get provoked from Jathal. Okay, Lindsay. Go heal. Use your last Cure Light. Thank you. Max damage. Max damage. It's 1d4 plus 1.
A calculated
So max damage. Good job, Tartuccio. But I can do 12 damage.
Ah, everything is so much fun with a little fire. What a night, huh? I thought I was all alone. It's good you're here. A bit boring, chasing fool assassins without anyone watching the show.
It's not fun at all. Many people have died for nothing.
I don't think we've met.
I am Kaisi, one of the many here who seek a better fate, answering the call of Lady Jamandi. But unlike the others, I never dropped my guard, day or night. It's why I'm still alive.
Okay, well, there are assassins on the prowl. We have to go.
I don't know where you're heading, but I'll be at the entrance to the main hall. I think I saw some guards there. Join me there, if you wish.
Goodbye. Don't know why we can't ask her to join us. Anyway, loot bodies. She said something sarcastic. More corpses on the floor. It's not easy to wash out blood, you know. Okay, so here is Harem. Harem believes he's dead.
I can sense your silhouette hovering over me. It won't be much longer. Soon we shall meet, O Lord of Oblivion.
Okay, he's being a drama queen. Aren't you being a bit premature? Look at yourself. You've barely got a scratch.
That's impossible.
Oh. You're right.
It seems you might be right.
I'm not dead at all. Damn it.
It seems I will live. I suppose I must postpone meeting my god. Not for long, I'm sure. But while we remain in this transient world, Arim is at your service.
Hello, Harem. Alright. That is another cleric. Well, a cleric this time. Jathal's an inquisitor, but Inquisitor cleric, you know, what's really the difference? Point is, we got another person to fight on the front lines to protect our two squishy, short folk, I guess, is the... Is that the politically correct term in Pathfinder world? Maybe it is.
You, run and get an axe. You, bring more water. You, stay here and hold our defense. Those assassins are still around here somewhere. Aha! Some of our guests survived. Good. You need to get to the banquet hall and help Lady Jamandi.
What's going on here?
Someone opened the gate, let in a group of assassins in the middle of the night. Now they've set the mansion on fire to cut off access to the hall. They don't want Lady Jamandi to get reinforcements. We cleared the passage so you can get through. Just try to avoid inhaling the smoke. We'll be right behind you. We just need to put out the fire first to save the mansion.
Considering Lady Jamandi's fate, I'm not surprised that a whole pack of assassins were unleashed on her, including a giant. But what's at stake? What could anyone hope to gain?
Okay, do you need help putting out the fire?
No, we'll manage. I've got my best people here, those who still live. Your place is by Lady Aldori's side.
It doesn't seem right. What if some of the guards are wounded? We need to help them.
Where's the hall?
You'll have to run
Just
through
gonna
the
ignore
fire.
Lindsay.
You almost put it out at the entrance, so your main concern should be to not inhale any smoke. Hold your breath and take the first right, then head straight down the hallway.
Why does that sound like your first step is to not die? Anyway, I'll go immediately.
Fire doesn't frighten me, thanks to hell's blood running in my veins. I'll go ahead and wait for you on the other side. Catch up!
Yeah. Tieflings get fire resistance. Whoop-de-doo, good for you. Okay, so like they said, we have to run through this. And, that looks like a little bit more than just smoke, Creston. Anyway. And so our adventure started. Earlier and much more tragic than we expected. The whole team who'd gathered in the hall yesterday had been reduced to but a handful of brave souls led by Cedric, and not at all by that scoundrel Tartuccio, no matter what he might have imagined of himself. Jamandi Eldori was waiting for us, but to get to her, we had to march through fire. Literally! As we approached the burning building, we, drenched ourselves with buckets of water. Prudence is the key to victory. Before moving through the fire, we thoroughly wet our clothes and hair. After that, we covered our mouths and noses before we rushed inside. It was a good thing we hadn't wasted any time. After entering the building and taking just a few steps forward, the wall behind us slanted and crashed down with a terrible crackling sound, blocking the way back. While we may not have planned on going back, if we come in a little later, the flaming logs and red-hot bricks would have fallen right in our heads. Regardless, we were left with only one way to go. The hot air burned our lungs and our eyes watered from the smoke, but Cedric led us stubbornly through the flames, while Tartuccio did nothing useful at all. We'd made it into the hallway leading to the banquet hall, where we'd heard someone calling for us. It was Valerie, one of the guards I chatted with a bit in the banquet hall. Even then, in that calm setting, I had been stunned by her beauty. But now, amid the smoke and flames, she looked like a celestial avenger, an armored deity, menacing but beautiful and merciful, descending from the higher spheres to help us poor mortals. She held a burned, barely living guard in her arms. "There are two more!" she shouted as she passed us by. "They are wounded! Help me pull them out!" Tartuccio grumbled, but how Jamandi was waiting for us. Meanwhile, Cedric... Athletics 9? Diplomacy 10. Rush to save the guards from the fire. Success! Saving the poor fellows didn't take long. Together, we lifted them up and carried them away from the fire. Only then did Valerie pause to catch her breath and wipe the sweat from her face. "Thank you. That was truly noble of you," she said. "And now, let's rush to Lady Eldori's aid." Ensuring the guards were relatively safe, we made our way to the hall, where the battle was already in full swing. And with that, we have a full party. Now, Valerie has already been trying to help guys before we got there, so she has the fatigue penalty, which is -2 to strength and dexterity. I'm going to put her on the front, because she's mostly a tank. I mean that. 22 armor class. She's got branded mail and a tower shield. But her stats have taken a significant penalty, and there's not a whole lot I can do about that. I could give her that potion of giants of a large person, but it would just make her more of a target. So instead, I'm going to give myself more of these potions. And since there's going to be a big fight up ahead, we're going to buff everyone as much as possible. So Valerie, you got a potion of Shield of Faith. Drink it. You're going to need the deflection bonus. Harem, cast Bless on the party. Jathal, give me your scrolls. And then cast Divine Favor on yourself.
What troubles you?
I don't tolerate
Tartuccio can grow Dragon Claws, which is useless for him. And that's kind of all we can do right now. Okay. Harem, do you have Shield of Faith? You do not. Okay. Alright, that's it for buffs.
I'm listening.
24 armor at level 1. That is very impressive. Alright, let's go. We will save Jamandi Eldori. I'll take... So this is a nice feature. If you don't... Anytime you leave an area, everything that you've killed or is available to loot can be looted. Oh dear. I just stole those. I didn't mean to take those. We're not taking those. That'd be stealing from our hosts. That would be bad. So, in order to show off what a badass Jamandi Eldori is, she's taking on the Frost Giant with a flaming dueling sword. Anyway, let's move in. We got our buffs running, so we don't have a lot of time. In fact, Harem's Bless only lasts for... Jesus. Half a minute at this point already. Okay. Cedric will charge in on the assassins. One's already down. Good job. Ow. Lindsay, Bardic Performance, and move up. This is the time for Bardic Performance. Rift Channeler. Doing Rift Channeling stuff. Jamandi Eldori, kicking ass. Harem, move up and make these cast Bane. Let them know that the doom has come. He worships the god of the end of all things, so let them know that their Bane has come. Assassin keeps hurting me. Jathal, can you charge? You can charge. Charge. Get in the close combat right now. Good job, Jathal. Ah, fuck, you cast Mirror Image. Okay. You cannot charge, you are a heavy armor. Instead, Valerie, walk up and engage one of those Rift Channelers. Only a +3 to hit, though. The important thing is provoking attacks of opportunity when they cast spells. Ow. Okay, Tartuccio. Magic Missile ignores Mirror Image. Okay, Cedric, keep killing. I said kill, damn it! Lindsay, help by killing the Rift Channelers. 7 damage, not bad. Frost Giant can't hit for shit. Jesus, she's awesome! Okay, Harem. Heal, please. You're a cleric. And then move to flank. Jathal. Finish him off. Good job, Jathal. Move to engage the head Rift Channeler. Oh! Protection from good. Not bad, but she's not good! Dang! Good job, Valerie! You also know who's not good? Tartuccio. Okay. So that guy's got, protection. Yep, just gonna keep murdering your bowman because mirror image. Okay, Lindsay, you got that wand? Light him up. Or, you know, get an image. Alright, fine. End turn. Don't know why the bow didn't work. Nice! That is exactly why I put you there. Okay, Harem.
Repent.
Or just miss. Jathal.
Wretched things.
Sure. Kill an image. Oh no! Is Lindsay scared? Oh no! Lindsay's shaken.
Do not falter.
That's one magic missile. Alright, last magic missile from Tartuccio. Max damage, so good final show. Amiri, help us out. Yes! That's what I mean!
Let's try this way.
Alright, we're whittling down the images. Okay. I guess she must have failed her use magic device. Harem. Yeah, just missed entirely. Okay, cool. Jathal. He has no more mirror images up. Good job. Activate the judgments. Valerie fears nothing. Valerie goes off to kill the final Rift Channeler. Nice! Okay. Good job, everyone. Doing fantastic work. Mary will finish him off if she can hit.
This should do it.
Yes! We have succeeded. Time to loot all these bodies. Loot, loot, loot. Precious loots. These guys have a lot. Bracers. Bracers of armor, only useful if you have a monk on your party. Which I do not. Only Lindsay got hurt in that fight, so Harem. Use up all your channels. We'll loot the Frost Giant. And that is it. We have saved Lady Jamandi Eldori. We are the heroes of Restov. I want at least 100 poems comprised of this adventure. So, get started, Lindsay.
Thank you for your valor and bravery. The enemy was strong, but you were stronger. And that means I made the right choice. Just as I thought, there were worthy leaders among you. I'm especially grateful to them for the courage and common sense they showed while defending the mansion. But this attack means we have even less time than I thought. Someone already knows of our plans and is acting against us. You'll begin your expedition immediately.
Lady Eldori, please, I know who arranged this attack. The vile king of Pitax, Iroveti. What's more, I know who among us works for him. Hey, you! Show everyone the ring you're wearing. You think I wouldn't recognize Iroveti's seal? That's why he wasn't killed. The bandits recognized him as one of their own by this signet ring.
I knew I shouldn't have trusted Tartuccio. Show your hands. What ring? What are you talking about?
Lady Eldori, I saw it with my own eyes. The ring must be in his pocket. Search him and I'm sure—
Enough, Tartuccio. I'm still the one giving orders here. We won't be searching anyone. There's definitely a spy among us. But who? All I have is one word against another. I'm afraid you're both under suspicion.
That's bullshit.
They both came to your aid, Lady Jamandi. But a liar's cunning knows no bounds. I've never met these two or their companions. For all I know, they're all conspiring spies.
Hey, did Kaisi's picture just change?
How could you say that? We fought together. We literally went through fire together. And then you vanished into thin air. After you promised you'd wait.
My words might be rash.
I bet my life despise anyone but this man. I saw how he dealt with those creeps with my own eyes. A true warrior. I'd go with him through hell and high water. This purple crook, on the other hand, he's got the eyes of a spy and the mug of a spy.
No matter what, Amiri's gonna stick with our character throughout this whole adventure. Good job, Amiri!
Lady Eldori, don't listen to this thick-headed barbarian. She doesn't know what she's talking about. During the attack, our leader showed his true colors. He forced us to break into the armory and rob it.
Yeah, You should act when you go into the armory. You should just take the weapons because this happens regardless of whether or not you take them. Forgive me for my trespass. In my defense, we were in the middle of a battle and in dire need of weapons.
An attack is no reason
Damn
to
it.
break into rooms in someone else's house and pocket their property.
That was a sound decision. Sometimes one must act at one's own risk and peril until crossing the boundaries of what is allowed. Showing initiative is no crime.
It is insane when faced with death to stop and question whether you may be breaking some law or rule. Even more insane would be to ask forgiveness for making the right decision. Sorry, but your words display a lack of wisdom.
So, Valerie is lawful neutral and Harem is chaotic neutral because I picked the lawful neutral option. Valerie liked that, Harem didn't.
What about that trick he pulled right before we came in here? He knew very well you were fighting the enemy, but instead of rushing to help you, he dallied as long as he could, dropping everything to save people from the fire, even though the guards were handling things just fine. He was obviously hoping to show up too late and find you already dead.
People were dying right in front of me. How could I just walk by?
Really, Tartuccio? You're seriously trying to blame someone for saving people from a fire?
I wish I could have passed both those skill checks, though.
May Shellen spare me from ever having to make such a choice, but he behaved decently as a true leader.
A true leader is someone who has their priorities straight, not someone who would put a valuable ally's life in danger for the sake of some servant.
And because Lindsay is neutral good and Jathal is neutral evil, the good person liked the good choice and the evil person didn't.
Enough squabbling. I'm still not sure which of you I can trust. However, the risk of entrusting the whole affair to a spy is too great. Here's what we'll do. 2 teams will head out. That way, I'll know at least one group can be counted on to serve my interests in the stolen lands.
Lady Aldori, most of those who were to set off for the stolen lands have been killed. Those who yet live will require help. Please allow me to join the expedition.
I'm sad to lose such a talented warrior. But you're right, Valerie. They have greater need of you right now. Go, and may Abadar keep you. Which of the 2 teams would you prefer to accompany?
If my leader allows, I would join his team. He seems a worthy commander in my eyes.
So this game doesn't actually have like NPC approval or disapproval. The choices here just simply determine what our initial party will consist of. And no matter what choices you pick, you always get Amiri because she just doesn't trust Tartuccio. For good reason.
Commanders, military leaders, all these laws and rules are but dust and vanity. I suppose I will accompany Tartuccio.
Our leader is good in battle, but I don't like all the spiritual agonizing. I prefer those who can act without wasting time helping every little pipsqueak. Those like Tartuccio.
Ugh, Tartuccio's going to take the credit for himself and be done with it. Shellen, spare me from such allies. I'm going with you. You're a hero worthy of my quill.
As for me, I know neither of these 2. At least not well enough. And I have no wish to become an unwitting pawn to an unworthy leader. If Lady Jamandi allows, I'll remain in Restov and help mend the wounds this attack has inflicted. But who knows? The road may bring me to the stolen lands, but not yet.
I don't even need to think. I'm coming with this man. As for you, Purple Toad, just wait until we meet along the way. I'll be sure to hang your rotten spy guts from the trees.
All right, we have 2 teams. To avoid unnecessary conflict on the road, you'll each take a different route to the stolen lands. Tartuccio's team will go through Navakta's crossing. The garrison commandant will provide him all the help he needs. You will take your team to Oleg Levitin's trading post. He's been complaining about the Stag Lord's bandits for a while now. There, you'll be provided with all the necessary travel supplies. I'd like to believe you, but I know all too well how convincing traitors and spies can be. If you're truly innocent, I hope you can forgive me this precaution. While you're away, Keston will investigate the night's events and learn who in Restov is working for Patox. But you should know that it isn't just Patox we need to worry about. The royal house of Sertova may also interfere in our plans. I've managed to keep this affair a secret from them so far, but that can't last long. By my estimations, you have no more than 3 months. After that, any feats you accomplish will be pointless. And now, farewell. This battle was but the first ordeal along your path, and you overcame it as true champions of Restov. May the obstacles that follow also fall to your feet. Fear nothing, my friends, and return victorious.
Yeah, this first objective is on a timer. 3 months? That's actually pretty generous. I have done this game, and I've never gone longer than 2 months trying to do this first act. I've heard some people complain that they don't like the feeling of being rushed, but again, I feel like you can easily do the first act in 3 months. It's not that big of a deal.
Beware, stolen lands. Heroes are on the way.
So, we now head off into the Stolen Lands. This is the exploration screen. Where we were, since we're on the south and oops, we ran into something on the South Rosslyn Road. But yeah, when you're on a road, you go really fast. When you're not on a road, you go real slow. It is thylazines. Okay. Lindsay, play us some tunes for our murder. Amiri will activate. Oh, sure, he did activate Barbarian Rage.
Tear them apart!
Move for the flank. Valerie, go get that one. Good job, Valerie. And then that just leaves us with the last thylazine. Move over here so I have a better line of sight.
This is where I step in.
And yeah, I really like the turn-based mode. Get some thylazine skins. So a thylazine, also known as a Tasmanian tiger, which they are doing here because Pathfinder is a fictional world, so therefore can have any animals it wants wherever it wants, and they don't have to frickin' make sense. The Africa part of this world, which is called the Mwangi Expanse, has dinosaurs. Just straight up dinosaurs. In this part of the world, we can... Oh, everyone's tired, they want to go sleepies. Okay, so this is the resting mechanic of the game. Amiri will hunt. Sure, whatever. Use rations. Let's get started.
Valerie, why are you so mean? There's got to be something in this world that you like.
I like it when you stay silent. If there's anything beautiful in this world, it's silence.
Dope. Dope. Oh well, we didn't get ambushed by more thylazines. And there is Oleg's trading post. We've arrived at only 2106. I don't know 24-hour very well. Save yourselves, fools! What's going on?
In due time.
Ah, these look like some ruffians. In the name of the Stag Lord, the lawful authority of the Stolen Lands, we demand this week's tax and beer. And where's that pretty wife of yours, Oleg? She should serve us dinner. Quiet down, dimwit. Oleg, we're just here for the Stag Lord's tax. Hand over the money and we'll be on our way. You want to drink and rob me of my blood too? I'm sick of you. You're like locusts. You think you control everything around here just because you put some painted rag of yours. You come here, squeeze us dry, and come again. Oleg, a large man with a rough face, stops talking when he notices you. Ah, you must be the guests from Restov. Now, let's see. What's going on here? Isn't it obvious? These thugs are robbing us honest settlers. They say they're taking some tax for their leader, the Stag Lord, Oleg spits. But I didn't swear allegiance to any Stag Lords. I pay my taxes to Restov. But Restov is so far away, Oleg, and the Stag Lord is so close. And for you, the young dark-haired woman squinting angrily at you, get out of here before it's too late. This is our land. We own it. Our duty is to protect the trading post. Don't waste your breath on scum like this. Do I want to be lawful, or do I want to... You know, I'll just attack. There's no need for words. To arms! Retreat! We're too few for a fight. Let's call for help from the camp. No way! Just means we can rob a few idiots instead of just one. To arms, everyone! Castle drinks a potion of invisibility and runs away because she's not a dumbass. Ow. Oh, I wish I had my healing bots, but I don't. So instead I have a barbarian to just kill guys faster than they can kill us. If she can frickin' hit. Lindsay, get some music up so that, you know, our barbarian can actually hit people.
Stay behind me.
For fuck's sake, guys.
This will hurt.
That's how you do it. Yes. Thank you. Lindsay, please help. I am dying. Okay. It's better than nothing.
Let us strike as one.
For fuck's sake, you were doing so well when you were fatigued. Good job.
Tear them apart.
How many hit points do these guys have?
Serves you right.
I really need to get Lindsay precise shot. And we level up. And that concludes our first day of adventuring in the Stolen Lands, where we fought some bandits who were harassing local business people. We will then loot all of their bodies and perform the level up ceremony. I'll level up off screen, and I'll see you guys next time for more adventures in the Stolen Lands, where hopefully we can find some paths and even make a king.